Welcome back here to the Mountain Morning Show. It's now time for one of my favorite reoccurring interview segments. He's the author of this book, Employee 5.0, Secrets of a Successful Job Search in the New World Order. His name is Mr. Bill Humbert. Bill, how are you doing today, sir?
I'm well, Diego. Thank you.
Excellent, excellent. Always great to have you on. As I said, you always bring some really great advice for people who are looking to get into positions, or if you're a manager looking to fill your position with the very best people possible. But today we're going to step away from that and talk about internships and co-ops. This is really important for people who are college students looking to get into the career field of their choice. Let's talk about it. Why are internships so important?
Well, there's a number of different reasons, but two most important reasons are, number one, it's a great way to figure out, is this the place I want to work?
Absolutely.
Is this the field I want to be in? And if you don't, get out.
Exactly. An internship is a perfect litmus test for, is this career going to be something that I can sustain well into the future? Am I going to burn out in the next year to 2 years? Or as we kind of said before this segment, is it a stepping stone to something else?
That's correct. And then the other thing is, the second point that's very important is that this is the opportunity for the company to see whether they like this person. So it's an opportunity for them to make a good impression, to maybe get an offer later on.
It's fantastic, and I'm especially passionate about this topic because I started here at Park City Television as an intern in the control room, and as you said, things start to fall in place, you make great connections, and this is where I am here today. So I wouldn't be here without the internship experience. I highly, highly recommend it. And so when should students begin to start looking for internships when they're in school? Is this something they should be thinking about right when they get into their undergraduate studies?
Pretty quickly. Yeah, you know, you have your core usually you get into before you get into your major, but you still have a sense of, you know, I'd like to try this, I'd like to try that. And so the best companies start interviewing for internships actually in November. But most of them are February, March. So we're really in the prime time now. And if they're a freshman, I'd suggest, you know, start making contacts now. They may not select you this year, but after your second year, into your second year, they may select you. So make those contacts now.
Don't be afraid to network. Especially
yes.
from day one, you shouldn't be afraid to network. It's very important that you'd be surprised how many handshakes will turn into future opportunities.
You're right.
It's a very important thing to start that networking process earlier. And what benefit do you think is the biggest for the student when they are applying for an internship or going through this process?
You know, the best way for me to tell you that is a story. I worked with a VP of internal audit for a large insurance company. And he shared with me that his internship at the University of Iowa, for 3 years, he interned at this insurance company. And after his internship, senior year was over, they extended him an offer like that.
Just like that.
So that's the biggest benefit right there. You demonstrate you're able to do the work, and now you come out and you get your offer.
You're a step ahead of the game. You're a step ahead of everyone who's going to be applying post-graduation. They already know you. They know your work style and work ethic. And you're getting the hands-on experience that's really necessary for the position that you need.
That's correct.
Which is phenomenal. But the best thing about internships, I think, is the cool side of it is that it's kind of a two-sided coin, right? There's a benefit for students, but there's also a benefit for companies.
There's a huge benefit for companies. And a lot of companies, some really get it.
Yeah.
You know, the big four accounting firms, phew, they really get it. Some of the other ones really get it because they're the ones looking in November.
Yeah.
They get the cream of the crop in November. But for them, it's the same thing. They're able to watch this person, watch how they work, watch, you know, as we were talking before, what do you do? Well, the best thing for you to do is to get out there and say to the manager when you're finished with a task, what do you have for me next? And if they say, well, what do you want me to learn while you're trying to figure out what, you know, and they like that work ethic.
Absolutely. Absolutely. They love to see that you're ready for the job. You're ready for the position. You're ready for the responsibilities that may tack on. One, I guess, barrier to getting an internship that I've experienced with fellow students has been, where do I even start? Where are these resources? Where do I look? Where do I go to find internships in my field? What advice do you have to a student who feels maybe a little bit trapped or lost in that process?
Well, first of all, most students, unless they have a brother or sister,
right,
are in that position. You know, go to the Career Services Department. Find out what companies have hired interns from their college or university. And that's a great starting point because now you know what companies to target.
Absolutely. The University of Utah, as an example, the internship department, or where they set you up with internships, is so flexible. I mean, they have a packet that is 20-something pages thick about internships from every subject that is taught at the school. And you even have the opportunity to build an internship based upon your career path. Say you want to be a filmmaker and you find someone who's a documentarian, you can do it. You just have to get out there and look, is what I'm trying to say.
That's exactly right. And the other thing is, if you go to the alumni department and find out which alum have positions in the industry you're looking for, then you get their contact information and contact them directly. And you never know, you may get an internship out of that too.
Absolutely. See, people, it all comes back to networking.
It does.
Shaking those hands. Okay, so say we get an internship, we're in it, we're enjoying it. What advice do you have to an intern while they're in the position to make the very best of it?
Well, you know, so often today, when I go through my clients, I do what I call mental snapshots.
Okay.
And I watch the people working in the cubes, and I watch them, you know, in a desk. And when I see people with their heads in the headbuds in, and you know, if they're not working, they're watching their phone, watching a YouTube video or something like that. You know what? The manager sees that too.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's important that you do work while you're in a work environment.
Be as productive as possible. You have to remind yourself that you're there to prove to the company that you're worth it. I mean, you're trying to outshine a myriad of other candidates for this position.
That's right. And so this is your step ahead of them, just as you said before. This is your step ahead of them to show that you're the right person, and invariably they're going to make you an offer because they've had the opportunity to try you out first.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I can attest to the positive experience of internships, and whether you get the position after or not, the fact that you get to work in the field is just such an exciting thing. It's exciting to get out of the classroom and take all these concepts that you're learning and put them into actual practice. So thank you so very much, Bill, for talking to us about internships. But I do want to talk to you about your book as well. You have this offered at all major bookstores, especially here at Dolly's. Where can people find this online?
Amazon.
Amazon.
Yes,
excellent.
Amazon's easy.
And then another thing that you do a lot of is public speaking.
Yes.
You have some events coming up here pretty soon?
I do. Next Friday, the 15th, I'll be in Boise, Idaho, speaking to a group of people on Employee 5.0 Secrets of a Successful Job Search in New World Order. And essentially, I'm going to take them step by step right through the search.
Right through the book.
Right. And then on the 20th, I'm speaking for the National Speakers Association Mountain West chapter on Get Paid to Speak. And my topic is, so you want a television interview.
So you want a television interview, and you're an expert on this, obviously. This is your 90th television interview, so
yes.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Absolutely, and be sure and check out his book, Employee 5.0, Secrets of a Successful Job Search in the New World Order. Bill, thank you so very much for joining us today and giving us all the tips on internships. As I said, I highly, highly recommend the experience. If you have the opportunity to take an internship, please do so. You will not regret it. But again, be sure and visit Dolly's or Amazon to pick up Bill Humbert's book or see him speak live in person. We'll be right back with much more right here on the Mountain Morning Show.